Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, everybody. Great to see you here today. Looks like my mother is in the house. Woohoo! Hopefully, Chalet joins. I know Andy's been busy on Tuesday mornings in the U.S. It's Tuesday night here in Cambodia, um, and uh, but the last I got a message in my comment from last week that he does road work, and he was out working the roads at Burning Man, or in the area of Burning Man, maybe not specifically in Burning Man, but like maintaining the state roads outside there. Um, so yay, you're back! Great, great. Um, hey, Chalet in the house. Chalet in the house. Excellent. So I want to hear an update from Andy if he can pop in, um, because he could give us some nitty gritty about what's going on with Burning Man. Uh, so yeah, I was thinking about the topic tonight. What's it going to be? And so I came up with this. Could it be that Gen X questions all these things because we grew up with common sense? You know, it, we didn't have all of the misinformation and disinformation and all bombarded with all the social media and online all the time. Um, you know, we saw the transition from cable when CNN was like the first 24-hour news channel. Um, I remember the television stations playing. Was it the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem? I guess maybe different stations played different things, but they went off at whatever, whether it was midnight or 2 o'clock. Um, the station, then you had no TV, you know. So yeah, then we had cable and we had HBO and we had MTV and we had things that were 24 hours that you had access. But now that you've got the internet access, um, it's just there's this flood of information and games and everything. I mean, and chatting and um, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. I see your comments, Chalet. And I did go in and turn on the. I went into the YouTube studio and I made sure to turn the comments on for replay. So they'll be on the replay for folks. Uh, anyway, so yeah, I was thinking people don't know what reality is anymore. People live in front of a screen, and where we grew up outside playing, and you fell down and you got hurt and you kept going. And so I think maybe we have a better sense of like reality and what's real and what common sense is, and when things add up and when they don't. And so there's so many things that have been happening, not just in the last week, but in the last years, that don't add up. And whether it's the same forces that are trying to pull the wool over our eyes and, you know, false flags or whatever have been going on for a long time, but it was easier to control the narrative. All these things that are part of our common language now and part of our conversation. I mean, they might have been going on, but you know, we could sense if something didn't add up. And now there's so much. I guess maybe this combination of the fact that there is more information that we have access to. We have more numbers to add up to see that they don't add up, right? If you don't have 1 + 1 + 1 to know that that's 3, right? And if you're only given a little bit of information, then it's easier to like cover things up. Did I watch whose video? Mabel. Oh, Mabel had a video? No, I did not. Should we is it long? Should we watch it? Would that, should we watch it? Watch a little bit of it just to see how she is? So we can come over here. Let me, okay, give me a second. Let me get her, let me find the video. Oh, shoot. What's the name of her channel? Just put in Mabel and I don't get enough. I'm looking through everybody that I'm subscribed to. There's a lot of people I'm subscribed to. Unstable Mabel. Okay, I found it. There's a mole in your camp? Is that the latest one? Is this new? Let me check. No, that's April 14th. Not that one. Just a second. Let me look at the videos. Update September. Okay, here it is. It's 12 minutes. All right. So now let me share my screen. It's new. Yeah. Yeah. Glad she's around. So maybe she's going to join us tonight. Maybe she can join us. I don't know why I didn't get a notification for it because I would have jumped on it if I would have seen it. Thank you so much for mentioning it. Okay. So let's share the screen. Share audio for this tab. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let me. Am I still? Okay, I'm still there. Okay. All right, let me hit play.
Hi, everybody. I know I look a mess, but it's just an update since the last one. Because I had a couple strokes, as you all know.
Yeah.
And I'm still recovering from that. I don't have any feeling on my right side. I don't have any pain in my arm, but my right leg is killing me. And I had PT and OT coming in. It's a tiring day when they come, but gotta do something. And
Okay. So there we go. That's good. Yeah, let's keep praying for Mabel. Let's lift up a little prayer right now. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much that Mabel has been able to reach out um, and that we know she's okay and that she's getting better, and it just makes us so happy, and we just give you all the glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, continue to have healing. Wonderful. Wow. So what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about Burning Man? Do you want to talk about Lahaina? There's like nothing new. The media is like just left Lahaina and jumped over to Burning Man, which it seems to kind of fizzle. Hope she gets better soon. Yes. Yes. If you watch a few more minutes, you'll see that she's watching people online, but I think she forgot us. Oh, that's it. She just forgot to mention us. I'm sure she didn't forget us. Um, yeah. In fact, who was in here last couple of weeks? Sunset something. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a stroke. It's possible, but I don't think she would have like forgotten us on purpose. If that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I was watching Justice A to Z. Is that in short term is messed up? Okay. Well, she'll get it back. I hope. Takes a while. But I mean, actually, she's looking good, and like her face looked very even as well. You know. Uh, but yeah, so like Gen X and how we view the world. Should we talk about that? And boomers, how you see the world differently? Because we got a boomer in the house. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, I'll watch it later. I'll watch it later. Ah, well, good, good, good. Yeah, in fact, about 8 o'clock, like an hour before going live, I was like ready to go to bed. you know, uh, said goodnight to the dogs, fed the fish, um, refilled my tea, and came upstairs, and I thought, oh, well, let me check something on my computer, and I come to check, and then I see that I have the tab open on the StreamYard, which I had scheduled for this live. That's what I used to do this live, and I was like, oh yeah, that's an hour away. Okay. That would have been embarrassing if I said it and then I forgot about it. Uh, but I'm here. You're here. I wish Andy was here to tell us what's going on there in Nevada. Burning Man, climate changers fighting climate changers, all stuck in the mud. Yeah. So I guess a lot of them got out today, yesterday, um, but a lot of them. I mean, 70,000 people. Half of them's 30,000 people. So if only 30,000 of them left, there's still another 30,000 there. I miss Andy. Yeah, I know. Andy, you usually watch the replay. We miss you. I guess you'll have to tell us in the comments. The celebrities did. Yeah, leaving all their garbage behind. Yeah, and the people that like just walked and left their cars and stuff. I mean, I cannot imagine the disaster that it's going to be. Let's say the rest of the people are okay. It doesn't turn into Lord of the Flies, um, because they were able to leave, at least some of them. And, you know, that's supposed to be all this leave no trace stuff and everything. And yeah, no, it's not going to be pretty. Mom says we all have days like that, like the Burning Man days where we get stuck in the mud. Let's see. Chalet says, and of course, you'd seen that sickening Oprah begging for money and also what they're doing to the realtor guy in Hawaii. Yes. Yes. So she's suffering a lot of backlash for her and The Rock setting up a foundation and then asking everybody else to give. If it was anybody else, I don't think anybody would be having a problem with it. Just people, you know, um, a lot of people have an issue with Oprah herself, no matter what she does, I think. Um, I'm forgetting. Oh, we all have days that we forget things. Oh, yeah, yeah. My mom, she was saying that like a bit. We all have days like that, like when I almost forgot to do my live. I know. Um, yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. So the realtor guy, Eric West, apparently people were bashing him for collecting money to distribute. And so yeah, I saw his video today, a few hours ago, where he said he's going to give all the money to like, because he was going to set up a 501c3 um, to help distribute the money to people. And he's like, he didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. It's not his thing. I mean, he was just trying to help. And so he's giving all the money to charities that already exist that he knows, that he trusts. And then later, when he's done that and the money's all distributed, he's going to do a video where he shows all the receipts. So back to Oprah, I think she showed the audacity. When you click on the link, it's not good. Oh, I think that would be number one to get your link right. They make it so darn difficult just to give money away. Yeah, like a lot of people have money to give away. Government has their hand in everything. Yeah, especially even people that were bringing people that were on the island of Maui or on the other islands there in Hawaii that were wanting to like bring goods, bring water, bring diapers, whatever, and the government like it's like no, has to go through us, and then they weren't giving anything. An entertainment link. Yeah, I saw somebody comment that she should be asking all of her celebrity friends to pool the money to give instead of asking everybody. But on the other hand, I think in any time of crisis, people who aren't able to, that aren't there, that can't um, do something physically, it helps them feel involved to be doing something if they can give even $5 or $10. It all comes together and adds up in the end. Um, so in general, I think giving a way for people to help uh, isn't a bad thing in and of itself. I think people just hate Oprah. Wonder where the money really goes, mom says. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it goes to administration for sure. Chalet says if every one of those dang celebrities just gave some money, there'd be no issues. But yet they're begging us because they don't really want to be there to help. Yeah. Make sure you don't give it to any celebrity or anyone you don't trust. This is true. This is true. Be careful with your money. Be a good steward of your money. Of course, God will bless you for giving either way. This is true in life. I know that sometimes if you give to a homeless person or something, oh, they're just going to, go buy alcohol or drugs or something, but God's going to judge them for what they do with it, but God's going to judge you for what you did, which was good. So, but don't be wasteful. And I believe the Bible says don't throw your pearls before swine because they're just going to trample them and it's a waste. So don't waste. So we have to have wisdom to know the difference. Pity the fool. Okay. Because you were giving out of your pure heart. Yes. And pity the fool that misuses that money. We're going back to Gen X there with that, with the A team, right? The A team. Didn't he always say, pity the fool? Does everybody remember that? I can, let's see. The A team. Pity the fool. Boom. Images. Mr. T. So let me come back and share. Present. Share screen. Share screen. This one. This one. There you go. Pity the fool. Pity the fool. Oh, look at this one. I pity the fool who thinks this quote is from the A team and not Rocky 3. Well, maybe they both said it. Which came first, Rocky 3 or the A team? Yep. So everybody's agreeing with that. What else we got? What else we got? What we gotta do? Pretty sure there was even Mr. T cereal. Oh, you want to check it out? Mr. T cereal box. There you go. You remember correctly. Mr. T, the A team. Yeah, it was a big deal. I wasn't into the A team so much. But yeah, it was a big hit. I remember it being a big hit. I remember everyone cheering in the movie theater at Rocky 1 and maybe even 2. Yeah. That I don't know what people do in theaters now, if they stay quiet or if I remember that in The Sixth Sense when it got to the end and there's a moment that everybody kind of knows like what really happened. And there was this collective gasp where we're all going, oh, and you could hear the whole theater all intaking air at the same time. So wonder we didn't all die of a lack of oxygen because all the oxygen left the room. Remember King vitamin cereal? Have breakfast with King. Vaguely. Let me see if I King vitamin cereal box. This one. Oh yes, yes, yes. I remember this one. That tasted good. That was a good one. Yeah. You know what I've been kind of missing? I've been looking every time I go to the store just to see if a box would pop up. Is Life cereal. I'm kind of missing that right now. I'd love to have a box of Life cereal. Let's see what else. What else? Quisp. I remember Quisp. Quisp. Ta-da! My favorite though was Boo Berry of the monster ones. Good old Boo Berry. Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Fruit Brute. But oh, I couldn't get me enough of the Boo Berry. I still get I mean I think everybody still knows Fruity Pebbles. Uh I love Fruity Pebbles. Oh, you like Frankenberry? Yeah, it was good. I ate all of them. Your brother liked Count Chocula. I saw a really interesting if you Google search the Count Chocula or whatever. Oh no, it was marketing how cereals were marketed towards kids. And maybe this was just a section of it. Either that or it was a whole documentary on the whole series of these monster cereals and how they came to be and how they got big and then how they declined. It's very interesting. In fact, now that I'm working at a marketing agency and I do like training for our staff and everything, I was looking at a lot of historical um, campaigns, marketing campaigns, Sunkist being one of them, is, I mean, like marketing campaigns that change the way we live, kind of. And Sunkist was one because the orange growers in California didn't have, I mean, they had all these oranges and not enough market to sell them. And so they came up with this marketing campaign and those little plastic juice things, um, or it doesn't have to be plastic. Um, Orange juice squeezer. Yeah, the one that's by hand that's like the top here. This top thing. Oh gosh, am I sharing? Did I stop sharing the screen or am I still sharing the screen? Okay, yeah, I am. Yeah. So this thing here, they they included you buy a big bag of oranges and you get one of the squeezer things, and they started marketing the having orange juice for breakfast, right? So now that's what we do. I mean, it's just like as far as America, it's an American thing, orange juice with breakfast. And it was all marketing. And the other thing was bacon. Now, when I think of beech nut, I don't think of bacon, but apparently they used to can bacon. And so there was this guy, he was actually, I think, oh my gosh, the nephew of Sigmund Freud or something. Um, Bresson or something. Uh, let me come over here. Um, he's kind of like the father of marketing. No, not you. You're not the father of marketing. Okay, Beech nut. Beech nut bacon marketing. Okay, so here you can see Beech Nut had this bacon, right? And so the guy is probably in these articles if I like looked at it, but I'm not. Started this whole campaign like, what's for breakfast? The all American breakfast, nourishing bacon, fill up the skillet, all of this. They started this campaign about bacon being for breakfast because at the same time, Kellogg's was trying to market their cereal. Now, if you get, oh my gosh, that the story behind the Mr. Kellogg's, whatever his name is, and why he invented the cereal, I'll get into that. I didn't know any of this until I started digging. But let me get to your comments first, and I'll tell you. Can you imagine? Remember, they would show cereal, and you're supposed to have that with the side of pancakes, bacon, eggs. Exactly. They would always say part of a nutritious breakfast, right? It was never meant to eat alone, unless you were Kellogg, and I'll tell you why. Mom's laughing. That's cool. Maybe if you were a farmer, you would eat all that before you went out working in the fields. Yes. Mom said she never knew that. Wow. Well, I'm going to blow your mind some more with marketing. So, yes, farmers were would have. I mean, they always had their bacon and they had plenty of eggs and everything. So they always cooked their breakfast. But with the Industrial Revolution and more cities, people didn't have time or means to cook big breakfasts like that anymore. And that's why sales were going down, and BeechNut had to do something. And part of the reason they were going down is because what Kellogg's did. So Kellogg's was, I believe, Seventh-day Adventist or something. And he did studies, whatever kind of studies, and found out that if you just ate like a grain cereal, like cornflakes, you would it would diminish your sexual appetite. And he felt that there was, I mean, because we were talking like this is the turn of the century, maybe into the 20s. So you had the prohibition, you had the roaring 20s, all this happening, and sex was just getting out of hand. And we have to quench these sexual desires. So he started marketing the cereal without telling anybody that was his real purpose. Yeah. Go look it up. It's there. I did the research. It's crazy. And so of course he did all his marketing to try and get people to switch from your traditional bacon and eggs to his cereal. Yeah, part of a complete breakfast. All the advertising always had that. Whoops, I missed one. Yeah, it is funny. With those eggs and bacon and pancakes, and maybe even with toasted milk and orange juice. Absolutely. Bressler. Is Bressler the guy's name? Who? Let me go out of. Let me go to all. Bernays. There's his name. Edward Bernays in the 20s. You see. And see, he's dubbed the father of public relations. Okay, not the father of marketing, the father of public relations. And if you look at this guy's name, let me and some of his quotes. Remember, his whole he was like the nephew, right, of Sigmund Freud. And here we go. Here's one of his quotes. If we understand the mechanisms and the motives of the group mind, it is now possible to control and regiment the masses according to our will without them knowing it. You see, it's always like this. We are governed, our minds are molded our tastes formed, our ideas suggested. Mind control is all mind control. One of the campaigns he did was pianos. Here's a whole thing: Edward Bernays and how America bought the piano. So I'm trying to see if there's any pictures like of what I'm going to tell you. I don't see it. So what he did is, instead of making an ad for a piano, he went to all the architecture magazines and all the lifestyle magazines, and he got them to do stories with pictures of a piano in the house. So if it's architecture and you're showing the architecture of the house, the decorating, there's a piano, there's a music room. Then if it's lifestyle, you see all the whole families gathered around the piano and singing songs, and they're so happy because they're singing together, and he bombarded pop culture with images of families having a good time with the piano in the house. Not a single penny being spent on an ad that says buy a piano. Mind control, putting that suggestion out there so that people want it, right? Exactly what he was saying. Make you fat and then sell you products to make you thin. Absolutely. You see it now more than ever. We've all been mind controlled, breaking out now. Yes, we're starting to be wise to it, and again, I think Gen X sees things, and we've always been more skeptical. I think we've never really bought everything hook, line, and sinker. Not that we were outcasts. I mean, obviously there were popular kids and stuff like this, but I think you had a generation, especially if you think of the 90s and the grunge and the alternative, things like this. There was always this like outside the norm, doing things our own way, not following the herd, being very independent. All of those things lead us into not falling for propaganda and marketing as much. Cholesterol is another thing. The whole reason everybody talks about cholesterol right now is because the drug companies, when they were doing their tests of looking for a drug that did something, they're checking all the blood work on all the people that they're testing the drugs on, and they notice, oh, look at this drug that we just made, as a side effect, lowers cholesterol. Well, why don't we just tell everybody that they have high cholesterol so that they have to take the drug for that? We're not going to sell it what we were originally making it for. We're going to sell it to lower cholesterol because it will have the results. All we need to do is tell people that their cholesterol is high. And so they told all the doctors. So, I mean, then the doctors believe it because they're shown research that, and so then they just fall in line, and then everybody's like, oh, you can't have eggs, you can't have real butter, you can't, no, eat margarine instead of butter, but margarine is worse for you than butter is. It's still fat, but it's worse for you. Whoever has the most money to advertise wins. Isn't that the truth? Same with the court system. Whoever has the most money for the best lawyer wins. Yep. Are we all sheep? Are you asking that as a question, or are you making that as a statement? We are all sheep, or are you asking, are we all sheep? It's the same result though, right? I think most people are. Well, and okay, there is a quote in the Bible that says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge," back in the Old Testament. And that's really so true, because people can only act on the information that they have. And if your doctor's telling you this and the schools are teaching you that, and plus you're getting marketing and all of this, you know, it you can only act on the information you have. And if you don't have the information, and then a lot of times now the real information is just conspiracy, and there are conspiracies, and there is false information. There's people that are crazy. You look at Jim Jones. Can you imagine if Jim Jones did his thing with the internet and with social media? I don't know. Would he have been like a big superstar and taken even more people down to Guyana? Guyana? How do you say that country? Guyana? Sometimes I get stuck in how to pronounce things. Sheeple no more. Yeah. Just think all those horrible mammogram machines that they're using because they spent all the money on them when they could just give everybody a sonogram. There you go. He would not let those people leave. They wanted to leave, many of them, of course. Oh my gosh. I read some research on what was going on down there, and it was not pretty. And yeah, people gladly took the Kool-Aid because they did not want to be living like they were anymore. So yeah, if and he's not the only one with charisma. So yeah, there is dangerous information too. Just because someone's branded a conspiracy theorist doesn't mean, well, they must be telling the truth because they're being branded a conspiracy theorist. You can't let the pendulum swing the other way. You still have to use discernment. You still have to add things up yourself. I think when we have to do our own research. If we hear something that we like, oh, that sounds good, we need to like dig deeper from other sources. Never only take one source. Look at other sources and dig and see. Same with all cults. Absolutely. Just watch that thing with the senator. Didn't he get killed? Yeah, there was a senator, congressman. It could have been a House of Representatives. I don't know if he was a senator or not, but yeah, there was someone who went down there, and they shot him and killed him. And that's when they knew that they were in trouble, because once he was dead, then other people would come eventually. So that's when they got the Kool-Aid out. I believe they used Kool-Aid, didn't they? Because I know that there's Kool-Aid with the LSD, with the Grateful Dead and the LSD and all of that. That was Kool-Aid. But I think this was also Kool-Aid that we're talking about. Pray for discernment. You will know them by their fruit. Yes. It was insane. Yeah. No, he was not good. He was not good. It was not good. And anybody can do their own research on what happened down there. And yeah. Kool-Aid. Okay. Yeah. Mom knows. Mom says, yes, it was Kool-Aid. She remembers. See, at that time, I was a kid. In fact, what's so funny? What I remember most about news when I was a kid, like during this time, whenever I think of this time of things happening. So I mean, I didn't know, because my mom and my grandma and my grandpa, it was like when the adults, when there was a kid, you stopped talking about serious stuff. You didn't talk about serious stuff in front of kids. You tell them to go watch TV or go play a game or go outside and play, but you don't talk about serious stuff. And I remember one time, Mom, I don't know if you probably don't remember it because it doesn't impact you at all. But for me, it kind of impacted me. And that was Patty Hearst. And so for anyone who doesn't know, Patty Hearst was I guess the daughter of Hearst, as in a newspaper guy that has built a big Hearst castle and everything. And she was kidnapped. And then the group that kidnapped her, they were, I guess, like bank robbers or something. And then they were robbing a bank. I'm guessing it was a bank. They were robbing a bank, and they got her on like security footage, and so she was helping them. So like she became one of them. And mom says it was his daughter, and so then she was like help. So then there was all this controversy. Was she never really kidnapped, or did she have that? Is it Stockholm syndrome or Munchausen syndrome? Stockholm, right? Where you end up like becoming part of your captor to to survive. You get in line with your captor or torturer or whatever. Anyway, somehow something was on the news, and I brought up her name, and everyone was like, I mean, they didn't say shut up, but it was the result was the same. Like, shut up, we're not talking about that. Change the subject. And I remember that. I also remember not being able to see The Godfather because my great aunt Florence had come to visit and had I had this little piano, like an organ, and she was playing it. I remember she was playing it, and I had this music book to learn how to play music, and it was the music from the movie The Godfather, and I wanted to see it because there was all this talk about The Godfather, and they would not let me see The Godfather. I don't know. I must have been married before I saw The Godfather. Before, like when there were finally like VHS tapes that you could rent, you had video stores, you go and rent a movie. Because obviously you had no other way to see it. Once it was, it was only in the cinema, and once it wasn't in the cinema anymore, there was no other way to see it unless, eventually there was HBO, then you could watch things on HBO. But I don't think The Godfather was on HBO. There are some things kids don't need to know. Yep. Oh, Chalet finally just watched that too. Yeah. Horse in the bed, shooting the guy getting a massage, gets shot through his eye, through his glasses. Go on. We don't want to see your backside. We'd love to see your face. That would be wonderful if you stopped with your face, but we don't want to see your bum. You had no desire to see The Godfather, by the way. Mom, I don't know if you've ever been on when we were talking about movies, and I said you'd always like time it for me to go get some pop. Oh, Miriam, go get a refill of popcorn. whenever there's like a sex scene or something, something that I shouldn't see. Here, Miriam, go get the popcorn. You can always tell by the music and everything what's going to happen. Oh, Godfather's Pizza. Yum, yum, yum. I always like Pizza Hut. Well, Round Table. Oh my gosh, I love Round Table. Can we see? Can we find the Round Table Pizza commercial? It's got to be this one. Let me see. No, not this one. Oh, it opened on a new tab. I'm sorry. That wasn't it anyway. It's one where they're making the pizza. And okay, so let me see. Wait, no. Yeah, this is the one. Let me put it here in this tab for you.
One day at Round Table Pizza.
Oh, drat.
I rolled the dough too thick. Clumsy me.
So to go with the extra thick crust,
Extra sauce.
and of course,
Extra cheese?
which led to
It must weigh 3 pounds.
More.
We can't sell a pizza this big.
We'll have to eat it ourselves.
now Round Table does sell a pizza this big, our country style pizza. But can you eat a pizza this big?
Clumsy me.
Round Table, one of the last honest pizzas.
Clumsy me. So that was like this huge thing back in high school. Man, clumsy me. So you had a green pepper pizza and it was so good. And you almost choked on the cheese. Oh my goodness. I was in Chicago and I wanted to have a Chicago deep dish pizza. Right. And so I didn't have time to go out to a restaurant. So I called for pizza delivery. Well, it took forever for it to get there. The pizza was cold. And it was like, New York cheesecake. It was like just thick. It was like thick cheese. It was just solid cheese. It was like taking a chunk of cheese and just eating the cheese. Didn't even taste like pizza because it was cold. It wasn't like hot and gooey and everything. So it was a really bad experience. But I don't fault Chicago pizza for that because it was the whole delivery thing and stuff. I think place called Iowa called the Wig and Penn, so good. Ooh, what else we got here? Iowa City, Iowa. Mom, what's your favorite pizza? Remember Shakey's? Shakey's Pizza. I mean that was probably more local. But isn't that where Grandpa used to be? At Shakey's Pizza. Shakey's. I'm gonna even see. Whoops, not Shaky. Shakey's Pizza Milpitas. Let's see if anybody has any pictures from the old Shakey's. No, but they still have Shakey's. See, this was this is what it looked like. Ah, look at that. There you go. Remembering Shakey's Pizza Parlor. Oh, that's in Denver. But anyway, Shakey's Pizza. My grandfather was such a regular there that they had his name hanging above his seat at the bar. It said Charlie's Place or something. Wonder whoever got that, Mom. Because they tear the place down. Green Monster drink at Shakey's. Whenever you go back to Iowa, you always bring a pizza back with you on the plane. I think so. Yeah. Your favorite's Round Table? Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Steve own a Round Table in Los Gatos? You could watch them make the pizza, play black and white movies, had a piano. Oh, at the Shakey's or at the place in Iowa? I remember they used to have a one of those horses, like that you put a quarter in. With a horse ride quarter machine horse ride. Okay, that should get it for us. These, remember these? God, I used to love them. I could ride that forever. Remember, Mom used to give me a whole roll of quarters. And then, of course, they had pinball machines and everything. Oh, shoot. Did I do it in the wrong? I'm in the wrong tab again. There you go. Sorry about that. I used to ride them all the time. Charlie's Corner. There was a little wooden sign said Charlie's Corner above the spot where my grandpa used to always sit. Oh, you think Steve still owns it? Oh, that's cool. And so do Pat and Leanne run it? Or do they're just owners now and let somebody else manage it? or you don't know, out of the loop, maybe. Gosh, did they have that when I was in high school? No, I think I took the kids. I would drive over there sometimes with the kids and get a pizza. Yes, I have. I thought about it, but it's downstairs. I'm not going to run downstairs and bring it up here. Is that where it was from? The stool was from Shakey's? I thought the stool was from the bar that he used to hang out over by Bay Meadows racetrack. Because wasn't there was a I remember someone, Gurmy or Gurmpy, telling me that when you guys lived in San Mateo, he would always go to this bar, and like every Wednesday night or whatever, he would cook the spaghetti dinner, and they would offer like a free spaghetti dinner to everybody, and he would cook that spaghetti dinner every once a week or whatever. And then I thought it was from that bar. I think it predated Shakey's mom. Because remember when I was a kid, I would turn it upside down and then I would pretend it was a boat. And I would like rock. I would rock in the stool and pretend it was a boat. No, they didn't have it then. They didn't have it in San Mateo. Well, they certainly had it when I was little. Because I remember playing with it. You're sure it's from Shakey's? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to trust you on that one, unless I find a videotape of an interview with Gurmpy or a cassette tape. I know I did the interview with Gurmy, but I'm wrong about the San Mateo thing. Okay. So you could probably remember. So it was Gurmpy's stool from a bar. I think we can both agree on that. Anyway, yeah, and the arcades used to be pinball machines, and then they became Pac-Man and stuff. So what else is going on? Coming up on an hour. I'm still awake. I'm not falling asleep yet. If we got something to talk about. Has anybody heard anything new about Burning Man? Pinball Wizard. Yep. I'm a pinball wizard. Da 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 da. By Elton John, which was also in the movie by The Who about Tommy. Yes, you're wrong. Yes, it was. You weren't even born when we left San Mateo. This is true. I was not born when we left San Mateo, or when you left San Mateo. But when I was like 5 years old, going into kindergarten, I was living in Gurmy and Gurmpy's house with you. And then I used to turn it. By then they had it. And it just seems that like when you guys left San Mateo, that they might have asked that other bar for one of the stools as a memory to take with them as they moved to Milpitas. They burned the man last night. Yes. Because they put it off and put it off. And then most of the people had already gone, but a lot of people were still there. And they burned the man at Burning Man. No. It's not from San Mateo. It's from Shakey's. Okay. Don't have a cow. Calm down. That's a Gen X thing. Don't have a cow, man. On fire. Oh, Burning Man's on fire. So they had one death, and it might have been a murder. or an overdose or something. They say it's not weather related, but that police are investigating. Celebrities had to walk 6 miles to get out. Like that Duplo guy or whatever, and Chris Rock, they walked 6 miles to get to the road, and then some fan or something picked them up in a pickup truck. Don't give the wrong info. You have corrected it, Mom. You said the stool is from Shakey's. So there you go. You're on record. You're in the chat. Don't give the wrong info. Okay. It's from Shakey's. What else? Okay. We're good. So we can move on now to something else, because people watching on replay are going to be bored with it. They don't even get to see the stool because it's downstairs and I'm not running downstairs to get it. But I will point it out. I've been thinking I need to do the house tour because everything's pretty much set up. Everything's pretty much the way it's going to be for a while. I've got some, you guys know, I've got some boxes to go through, but other than that, like the whole downstairs is done and stuff. So yeah, I need to do a tour of the house. And when I do a tour of the house, I will point out the stool. Maybe next weekend. Or maybe Thursday. Maybe I could do it Thursday. I work from home on Thursday, so I don't have commute time. So maybe before I start work at 9, so maybe like at 8:30 or something, I can do a quick walkthrough of the house. And you can see the stool. It's a bummer Andy didn't get to pop in. Mabel's not here. I'm glad she's feeling better. I hope she can join us next week. I'm here. Your daughter's on the phone. Okay. I hope everything's okay with your daughter on the phone. She needs you to babysit. Well, we still don't know any more information about the children in Lahaina, which is a bummer. And now, like I said, the regular media is totally turning away from it. I still try to keep my eyes on any new information from people in Hawaii, but there's not a lot, nothing coming on. Oh, your back is hurt. I'm sorry, Chalet. Too much feeding the ducks? No. Andy in the house. Oh my gosh, we've been talking about you. So what happened at Burning Man? You're fixing the roads out there? Oh, we're so happy. We were just talking about it. Then we were going to talk about Lahaina and the children and why we're not getting any information about them. And I don't want to let that go. I want to know, we need the truth about that. But we can go back to the Burning Man situation and all the mud and everything. Do you have any good insights? Do you want to come online? I've got a new computer now. So my wife and I've got great Wi-Fi. I've got a great computer. So we shouldn't have any problems if you want to come up and talk. Yeah, you're near Raining Man. Yeah, that's what I did say, that you were probably on the state roads or whatever. Not actually in Burning Man, but like on the roads there and from. Yeah. Hey, Chalet. My friend Bob, I don't think anybody else was here, mentioned that chalet is it's pronounced like chalet, like a house, like a cabin, a mountain chalet. And then I mentioned it to Chalet, and she said, Yes, she's grown up with people making jokes like that. Because I was like, "Oh, did you ever realize that your name is just like Chalet?" Yeah, I know. Hmm. You're still at work. It rained all weekend. I bet. I bet. Oh my goodness. Hmm. But let me know if you want me to give you the link and you can come tell us stories about what happened out there. I mean, like in general in the area, if you want to. But and how's it? I mean, I'm sure you hear like how your dogs. How's everything over there near Mount Shasta? I've heard of some flooding, some not fires on Mount Shasta, but kind of around that area. There's been some fires. You went to San Francisco and visited your daughter. Oh wow, that's great. I mean, I'd love to hear your take on San Francisco because what I hear is not good. That there's a lot of places that are closed, that there's so many homeless and drug addicts and stuff everywhere. There's just poop everywhere. Gosh, poop in San Francisco and then poop at Burning Man. Yeah, I hope it's not that bad for you. Yeah, I want to hear. We want to hear. Did you have some sourdough bread? I miss sourdough bread. Nobody really has any sourdough bread here. I mean, we have so many bakeries in Cambodia because of the French. So they're all more French oriented, like with baguettes and the croissants are great. Yeah, croissants are great, but no sourdough. I miss sourdough. I asked, it was well, I can't say it was the one thing I asked my mom for. Because there's a lot of stuff my mom brought when she came to visit. She brought so much and like See's candy, and stuff. So I mean, okay, but I did want it's like, Mom, please, when you're at the airport, pick up a loaf of sourdough bread, and she just didn't have time or something. I don't know. She just couldn't get it. I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, I miss her. Some fire in Siskiyou. Is that close to you, or not so close? I hope everything's safe for your home and your animals. We love the fur babies. I know you got a lot of fur babies, big ones and little ones, all sizes. Yeah, you didn't. My mom didn't bring any. No sourdough for Miriam. Oh, she couldn't find any at the airport. I see. What's up with that? I thought that the sourdough was everywhere in San Francisco airport. That's weird. That's weird. I also asked her if she's ever in San Francisco going through or going out to dinner or something. That I was born in the Presidio. And so I looked up Letterman Hospital and where it was and what's there now. And what's there now is George Lucas has his I don't know if it's DreamWorks. No, that's Steven Spielberg's DreamWorks. What's George Lucas's company for special effects and stuff is located where the Letterman Hospital was. And I had watched this Native American guy. He's an old man, and he talks about all the old Navajo ways and the teachings and stuff like that. And one of the things was, at some point in your life, you go back to the place where you were born, and you get a little bit of the dirt and you put that in a special pouch and you say a blessing over it or whatever. And then you always have a piece of home with you, kind of thing of the place you were born. And so I said, oh, go, and so, and I looked, and there's visiting hours. There's certain parts that are, you can't visit, but, because it is a working studio. But there's another area that's a visiting area, and they've got these really nice grounds that are made there.
which is right where the Letterman's Hospital used to be. I said, go to the grounds and like just reach down, take a Ziploc baggie with you and just like pick up some of the dirt that's there. Dig down a little. They might have put some, Mom, they might have put some like surface soil or something on the top. You might need to like dig down just a little bit and get me some dirt and then send it to me. The Golden Gate Museum of Art. Yes. Many good memories growing up and there. And I saw the King Tut when the King Tut exhibit came through there in the 70s. Let's look that up. Let's see. This is our shared tab right here. No, you don't need to know my location. King Tut exhibit, San Francisco, 1979. There you go. Boom. I was there. Been to many museums as a kid. I love museums. Then I took my son Danny to see the King Tut exhibit in Los Angeles. 2006, 2005, something like that. Because it was before I moved here to Cambodia. So maybe 2003. And you went to a monster truck show? They still have those? Was it at the Cow Palace? Do they still have the Cow Palace or did they tear that down? That's where they did Peter Frampton's Frampton Comes Alive album was a concert at the Cow Palace. I heard that they Candlestick Park is like they changed the name. Did they actually tear down Candlestick Park? I absolutely refuse to call it anything but Candlestick. Candlestick Park, San Francisco. It was an outdoor stadium. Yeah. I saw a baseball game there once. What happened to it? It was demolished in 2015. Wow. That's sad. I saw a really nice video on Moffett Field and the big hangars that they made for the blimps. That was really interesting. Every vacation in a museum or a cave, yes. Shark Tank in San Jose. I don't know about this. And you have sharks in Florida at Ron John's surf shop. Shark Tank San Jose. Okay, let's look it up. Shark Tank San Jose. Oh, so they call their arena where they have their net hockey team, the Sharks. They call the arena the Shark Tank. All righty then. Did you go see a hockey game? St. Louis Arch. Hockey, Mom says, yeah. St. Louis Arch. Just in case anybody doesn't know what that is. I mean, I do. I've been under it. I haven't been in it. This is the St. Louis Arch. There's actually an elevator that can take you up and you can have viewing inside there. Beautiful at night. Gateway to the West, because the reason they built it is because St. Louis is where all those wagon trains would go when they were crossing to the west in the westward expansion days. And so it's right on the Mississippi River. This river is the Mississippi River. Look at this when it was being constructed. Wow. That's crazy. It's where the Sharks play hockey. You were at the top. Yeah, I've never been inside. My mom was in the Statue of Liberty flame, not the crown, because now they only let you go to the crown. They don't let you go into the flame part. Statue of Liberty viewing from flame. Right. So mom, so like what were you like out here or like up here or like what? Didn't you tell me something about that? You like there's stairs that go all the way up the arm? What was it like at the top? She's asking you, Chalet. All right. So mom, tell me, what was it so that I remember? See, like here's people looking inside the crown. Is that where were you just in the crown? Or did you go all the way up to the flame part? Because I thought I remembered you saying something about going up to the flame. Or maybe I was just asking about that and you told me, no, you can't go up to the flame. You can only go up to the crown. But I never went inside it. I just went on a ferry past it. Well, the first time I went to New York, my mom and my grandmother and I, we went up the Empire State Building, and I used those binocular things that you put quarters in, and I could see the Statue of Liberty. And then later I went back to New York, and I took a ferry to Staten Island just to like turn around and come back again. I just wanted to take the ferry to go past the Statue of Liberty. Yes. The flame top of, it was like 60 years ago. There you go. She went in the flame, and then they don't let people go up there anymore. Come back over here. Viewing from flame. So, I mean, I see like a little roof area right here, but then there's also this kind of area here. Did you stand outside in the open, Mom? Like in this ring here? Does this show people? This is when they were doing reconstruction. Woo, lots of comments. Get up to the top and you can lean over. So it was like, oh no, it felt like you were leaning out. Really? At the arch. Oh my gosh. And you did the Empire State Building. A lot of different elevators. You only go up elevators so far, then you got to get out and get onto a different elevator to keep going up higher because it's not one elevator the whole time. We always hit every amusement park in the Midwest. We went to the top, baby. You went to New York City one year after the towers went down and they wouldn't let us up there, but you went to Ellis Island. That's cool. Mom doesn't remember. It was so long ago and they've redone it a lot. Okay. But she confirmed that she did go up in the flame. And I went to New York City 2 weeks after the towers fell, and it still smelled like death in the air. And there was still ash everywhere. I took a empty film canister. I mean, nobody uses 35 millimeter film anymore, but I did. And so I had an empty film canister and I scooped up some of the ashes. But that's in the US. I didn't get to bring that over here with me. When we blow our nose, black stuff came out. Didn't understand how the New York City t-shirt stayed white. Yeah. I think there's a lot of cities, not just New York, where there's so much air pollution. And I mean, you know what? Quite frankly, I mean, forget about COVID. There's sometimes wearing a mask in a situation like if you're someplace that the air is really dirty, wearing a mask could be a good thing, you know. It was 4th of July and you were on Fox News. Well, that's cool. Because they used to go outside and talk to people. That's cool. Andy's gone silent. Must be busy fixing some roads. Your hands are busy. Well, we ramble about anything. We never know where we're going to go. Done a lot of rambling today. Now it's starting to hit me. I'm starting to get tired. Unless anything else you guys want to talk about, or we'll close it up for the night or for your day and let you get busy with your day. It was nice checking in with everybody. Still busy in the county yard shop. That's okay. We appreciate that you're listening and tuning in. That's nice. You'll just look on YouTube and see what's happening. I know that's my news is YouTube. I don't know. Sometimes I'll look at Twitter and see what's happening on Twitter. Who just died? Somebody just died. Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett just died. Maui and such, yeah. I know. I'm waiting for. Somebody's got to find out about that. I mean, why can't the school system? They have attendance records, and they have records of where the children live. So you look at who was in school that day, who got sent home. You go to those houses and you account for the kids. Either they've checked in safe somewhere and they've re-enrolled, or you have absolutely no. I mean, don't school records have an emergency phone number too of somebody that you can call? Like, so a family member, there's always like an extra number that it can't be the same thing, the same one, like your guardian, your parent or guardian. You got to have like an extra number, you know, and find out, do a survey. You go to each lot that was burned, or if it's not burned, you go friggin' knock on the door and okay, check them off. If it's burned down, bring the dogs. I don't want to sound insensitive about that, but I'm just saying we got to account for these children, and it can be done. I mean, it's been a month almost. 3 more days. It's a month. Andy Cheeseburger in Paradise for Jimmy. Oh, Smash Mouth. The singer from Smash Mouth also died. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, Chalet has a feeling that things are going to get exposed. Well, I certainly hope so. You know. And so when we actually have something, we have something concrete, we can talk about it some more here. Otherwise, there's no point here to speculating about stuff. I liked Smash Mouth. Oprah and Dwayne Johnson begging for money. You're the first person that has said Dwayne Johnson instead of The Rock. Everyone's saying Oprah and The Rock. Yeah. We talked about that earlier before you came on. I mean, just briefly, not a lot.
cheeseburger. Oh, cheeseburger. You guys remember that? Maybe before we go. I believe that's good enough to get it for me. Videos. YouTube.
Small businesses are determined and always planning their next move. It's easy with GoDaddy.
Hope it doesn't give me a copyright strike. It's not music.
I'll have a tuna salad sandwich and an order of French fries, please.
No tuna.
You're out of tuna?
No tuna.
This is-
Cheeseburger?
Editorial purposes here.
Come on. We got all day. We ain't got all day. Okay, we got to start over. Okay, what are you going to have?
I think I'll have grilled cheese and a Coke.
Grilled cheese?
No, grilled cheese.
No grilled cheese.
Cheeseburger and a Coke.
No Coke. Pepsi.
Okay, Pepsi and French fries.
No fries. Cheap.
Okay, cheap.
One cheeseburger, one Pepsi, one cheap.
Cheeseburger.
Pepsi, cheap. What do you want?
I'll have a cheeseburger and a small Coke.
No Coke. Pepsi.
Pepsi.
One cheeseburger, one Pepsi.
Cheeseburger.
Pepsi.
Cheeseburger, 4 Pepsi, 2 cheap.
Cheeseburger.
Two Pepsi, one cheap.
Okay. You guys get the idea. I don't want to play it too long. No Coke, Pepsi. Cheeseburger. It was great. So on that, I go have a cheeseburger for lunch or dinner today. Maybe I'll have one tomorrow. I don't know. Cheeseburger. That sounds good. But it's bedtime for me now. It's almost 10:30 at night. Dogs are barking. Cats are settled down though. That's nice. Dogs were mostly quiet. They just started barking. Yeah, you know that time that I played Free to Be You and Me and the ladies first, that it says it's not a copyright strike, but it's removed. You know, that's like my video is not able to play in some countries or something like that. Doesn't say which countries. I'm like, okay. Last night you had a cheeseburger. Good. I guess maybe we should all have a margarita too. Only I don't really like tequila that much. I prefer rum for like daiquiris. Sounds good, doesn't it? Cheeseburger. Apparently that is modeled after a place in Chicago. Because when I visited Chicago and whoever I was there showing me around, took me out on the Navy Pier that they call it, which is kind of like the Coney Island of Chicago. And they pointed out this restaurant and said, that's the cheeseburger place. Of course, that just looks like a set. I don't think that's like, I don't think they're filming it there. I think they made a set for it. And I think that it was inspired. You're having spaghetti. Oh, that sounds good too. Ce soir. Ce soir. Soir. Isn't noir? No, that's black. Soir, like soiree. Evening. Bonsoir. Yeah, bonsoir. That's like good evening, not night, but good evening. So ce soir. Evening. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for confirming that. And au revoir until we meet again, which will be next week. I don't know. I was hemming and hawing on Saturday again. I'm like going,
Saturday morning. Do I want to do one for Friday night? No, I want to stay here in bed and read my Kindle and not get out of bed. So I don't know. We'll just see. We'll play it by ear and see if I do something for you guys your Friday night, my Saturday morning, or if it's next Tuesday again. Next Tuesday for sure. We'll see what happens this coming week. Je t'aime beaucoup, mon petit ciao. Ciao. Je t'aime beaucoup a lot, my little. Je t'aime is like I love. No, that'd be amor. My friend. I love you, my little cabbage. Oh, thank you for helping me out because, yeah, I'm not all that great at French, except for crêpe, jambon, fromage. That's a ham and cheese crepe. Yeah. Crêpe, jambon, fromage. And café au lait. That's more milk than coffee. Yum. Oh, yeah. Then they have the croque monsieur. You guys know what that is? That's good. So good. No, not YouTube. Come up here. Croque monsieur. Look at that. Oh, basically, it's a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Yeah, this looks like just a grill, but they do it like this. Oh, it's got that bechamel sauce, like this buttery, creamy sauce. See, it's like this. It's like so that's not just cheese. That's bechamel, and then you got to toast it like this. It's all that cheesy, saucy stuff baked on the top. Look at this one. Oh, it's bedtime for me. That one even looks good. And not the pickles. I hate pickles. But see, you got to have that that gooey, saucy. It's not just ham and cheese. See, this is a ham and cheese sandwich. Well, maybe it's got the bechamel sauce in there too. But yeah. And next week, I think, is the Monte Cristo sandwich day. Look at that. Oh, Monte Cristo. Look at that one. That's beautiful. So it's like French toast, ham and turkey and cheese. That looks like mostly ham and cheese. If you don't have any turkey, you can do without it, but it's supposed to be ham and turkey and cheese. And then you dip it like when you're making, you're supposed to make the sandwich and then dip it in the egg, like for French toast, and then fry it. But what I found is if I just make the French toast first and then make the sandwich, then you don't end up with like soaked bread that's not cooked, because you don't want that. And you got to have it with sauce. See, jam. You got to have. Oh, look at that! It's the Disneyland Monte Cristo sandwich recipe. Italian bread, ham slices, provolone cheese, turkey slices, Swiss cheese. Mom, do you remember I bought when I was living in LA? Oh, I should be looking at your, ooh la la, making me hungry. Little gherkin pickles, whatever they're called, ham and cheese for lunch. That settles it. Yum. So, Mom, the Monte Cristo sandwich at Disneyland, I'm glad it brought that up, is in the restaurant in the Pirates of the Caribbean. the Cafe Orleans. This is so the entrance is like on the side, but when you're inside the restaurant, that's remember when you're waiting in line. Okay, Cafe Orleans. Oh, they have beignets too. When you're waiting in line for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, so on one side is the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh no, that looks like the outside. Where's the come on, inside. When you're waiting in line to get on the Pirates of the Caribbean, there are like these people eating in a restaurant, and you're going like, how did they get in there? And you're just waiting to get on the ride. And it's this restaurant. You have to kind of go to the New Orleans part, and then you go inside. And when you're inside and you're seated, you're in that area with all of the fake fireflies that are like, and you're in the bayou. I hear you. I didn't realize they had beignets. I would have eaten. Although I have had beignets in New Orleans, so that trumps this. Come on. How do they not have any pictures? There's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like what how I'm flabbergasted. I am friggin' Anyway, I bought the annual pass to Disneyland so I could have free entrance throughout the year, just so that I could go have lunch like once a month at this Cafe Orleans. Is this it? That's still outside. Okay, I give up. You have to have it with jalapenos and cream cheese. Michael Collins! Ah! Hey! I was getting ready to wrap things up. It's great to see you. Glad you popped in. Michael in the house. Check out the House on the Rock. Maybe they don't have it anymore. They were always redoing it. Yeah. We were just trying to find the Pirates of the, So I went to college with Michael, if anybody doesn't know that. Pirates of the Caribbean. There we go. It's like there had to be pictures. So see, remember, you're on your Pirates of the Caribbean thing here, and you're going through the bayou, and they got all the little the lights flashing, and then there's people sitting here eating dinner. I was one of those people because I got the pass. Yep. Good times. Oh, it was called the Blue Bayou. It wasn't called no wonder Cafe Orleans wasn't getting it. Ugh. Once I saw Blue Bayou, I totally had recognition. There you go. So see, all the people are on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride going through this area. Wow, when they take a picture of that, you can really see the ceiling and stuff. When you're on the ride, you don't really notice any of that. And so, yeah, people are here as the boats are going by. So I used to go there and get those. Memories at the corners of your mind. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a song, doesn't it? Memories at the corners of your mind, or at least a poem. Night F. I don't know what you were trying to say with that. Light, night. Oh, the fireflies. Yeah. Good times, good times. So how are your kids? How's everything? Michael, I saw a post lately. You guys went someplace. Memories light the corners of my mind. Wow. Okay, that's why you were saying light. Okay. You took me there for lunch. Yes, I did. Oh, that's from The Way We Were. Memories light the corners of my mind. Okay. See, it isn't a song. Great minds think alike. Yes, I was so proud to take my mom for lunch there, and I paid for it. And we didn't do anything else. We didn't go there for the rides, nothing. We just went there for lunch. I don't think I have any pictures of that. We should have pictures. Did you have pictures, Mom? You should dig around in all your old pictures. See if you have some pictures. Share them with me. The best part is lunch. Lunch is the best part. I did some research on like how to make firefly lights, so that like I want to make firefly lights in my garden. It's not hard. It's not hard to do. Do you ever do your music on here like open mic night? Not really. I was gonna try and do like a sing-along, but there was just enough of a delay that it was messed up. However, I've been thinking, and you guys can tell me what you think, as long as I don't have somebody else on screen, which is where when there's the delay time, I guess, then I mean, I could like be singing along or singing a karaoke or something, and everybody can join in their own privacy without their voice isn't shared on the screen, but everybody could just sing along on their own. I thought about that. You've got to get going, but it was nice to listen. We took Skylar to Hawaii for his Make-A-Wish trip. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's scary, but that's good that he went. And okay, catch up again. Dear Heavenly Father, we just pray for Skylar and comfort for him and his family, and just show your love and your mercy and your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. Eccentric person's house you believe. Okay, Chalet. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You have to explain yourself on that one. Oh, used to go to a place called the House on the Rock, just on our way somewhere. Oh, Wisconsin? Is this it? Wisconsin House on the Rock. Looks interesting. Oh, that's kind of scary. And it has a carousel inside. There it is, like stops, you can see. Oh, and it has this big whale. Oh. Is that a whale or a dinosaur? I think it's a whale. But why would a whale have big teeth like that? See, the throat looks like a whale, but I don't think whales have teeth like that. Oh, it's supposed to be Pinocchio's whale. There's a boat. There's a boat inside of it. Interesting. Amen. Yes, Andy. Okay. Go repair those road signs. And keep Skylar in your thoughts and prayers. Don't forget to keep praying for him all week. More added since you were there, like that bridge thing. It's an old-fashioned town and an old-time street. Ooh, and look at, oh, that thing is a viewing. Oh, that would be scary. Oh, look at that. So it's got all this area and all kinds of weird, whimsical things inside. See, I always love stuff like that, actually. I mean, if I had like millions of dollars and all that, I'm the type of person that would do all these crazy things, and my mom knows it. It would totally be me. It's just I don't have the money to do something like that. But if I did, my mindset is the type of person that would totally do something like this. Interesting. So if you're ever in Wisconsin, go check out the House on the Rock. Now we know something new. Thank you for the prayers. Maybe schedule a music thing in the future and I'll try to participate. It's morning here. I don't usually sing this early, but at least you listen. Okay. That sounds like a plan, Michael. This is the same time every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. 9:00 my time. Right now, this time of year is 10 a.m. In the morning for Eastern time, which makes it really early for Pacific Coast. But, I'd love to have you along. Yeah, Mom says prayers for Michael's family too. As I know you had some challenges with your kids, but I didn't realize that there was a Make-A-Wish Foundation situation. So we don't need to know the details. We'll just pray for you and pray for him. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's do some positive singing things. What's Friday? Okay, if I push myself on Saturday morning, which is Friday night. I know a lot of people, they go out on Friday nights, but maybe there's some of us that don't have anything to do on Friday nights, and so that would be a good time. I could maybe do a music thing on this Friday night. I'll just put it here. So like 8 or 9. We'll see if I start at 9, that's 10 p.m. for you guys. Is that too late? So maybe I need to start at 8 a.m. But then, oh yeah, but it's at night. So it's at 8, 9. It would be 6 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, okay. 8 a.m. YouTube music. Start at 7. Okay, 7, 9. 9 p.m. Friday night would be better, Chalet. We're talking for Friday. If I start at 9 a.m. my time, that's 10 p.m. your time. 10 p.m. on Friday night. Or do you have a show you watch at 9 o'clock and you want to wait until it's finished, and so that's why you want 10? Is that what it is? No, you're saying 9 p.m. at night is better for you, which is what I wrote down. 8 a.m. Got it. It takes me a minute sometimes. Okay. I'll do it. It's in my book. I'm going to push myself and we'll just have fun. We'll have a sing along. And if anybody wants to be the one to sing, I will mute myself. Like you can come up and we will all listen to you sing. But we'll have to do it one at a time so that we don't have delay. And I can't sing along with you because it would be a delay. But I can, anybody who wants to sing can come up. So you can do a karaoke. I mean, I don't, if we do karaoke, it's not copyright, is it? Because it's like us, our own singing. And that's why it's karaoke, right? It's not the original artist. We'll just have to do one and see what happens. But I know he's talking about me doing some of my original music. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't mind putting it out there. But on the other hand, it's like, and anyone could steal it kind of thing. But okay, correct. Yep. Okay. So almost 2 hours. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. And we can just do a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much that we have this community here, that we can get together and be friends and family and just, you know, commune with each other, and that you're with us as well. And we just pray that you reach down and you touch each of us, and especially little Skylar and his family and all our fur babies and Mabel and just everybody that's here. Chalet, my mom, anyone watching that didn't join the chat but just watched, we welcome them and we ask that you also bless them. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. You'll just watch sing. Yeah, you do enough singing on your own, Chalet. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll try it and see what happens. You know, I don't have any other copyright strike. I don't have an actual copyright strike. So if I get one, then, you know, just take it down. I guess. I think you're allowed one. No, I'm not going to bring the whole thing, but hopefully it's okay. We'll find out. We'll try. Thanks. And with that, I'm going to go to bed, and you guys have a great day. Enjoy your cheeseburgers or ham and cheese sandwiches or whatever. If you make yourself a Monte Cristo, go online and find out how to make it, or a croque monsieur, or a crêpe jambon fromage. Enjoy your day. Okay. And I will see you next time. Your Friday night, my Saturday morning. Love you.